in 15, 20 years, we're all going to be wishing we were doing what we're doing now. You know? So, I mean, we should all make the most out of it.
Do you know why we're talking to her?
Because you're doing a photo shoot.
About who?
My family.
The biggest change is becoming a dad. You know, our kids, they're our life.
It's been 9 years since I've done any professional competing. I just feel like I'm in a totally new place in my life after having kids. I would say I kind of stopped wakeboarding back then just because I had been through like a 20-year cycle of it.
I just think he needed a break.
I wasn't sure if I would ever put a wakeboard on again, especially to go start competing. But after having kids and my son being so incredibly happy to wakeboard.
I like the tricks. I like how the sprays. I like the obstacles and stuff. You know, like kickers, sliders. I'm gonna do indie grabs. Probably do the trick I invented, the zero. See ya! See ya on the water!
Yeah! Kean looks over and he sees a bunch of tents set up on the boat lake. And Kean says, "Daddy, what are they doing over there?" I said, "Oh, that's Bill's gravel tour. Kids ride behind the boat and you can get trophies and stuff." And he looks at me and he goes, "Should I go and ride in that?" I said, "Not really, unless you really want to." He's like, "Yeah, I want to ride in that." So I was like, "All right, well, let's go." And he's like, "Can you ride too?" I don't know. So when I called Bill that night to see if we can get Kean in, Bill said, "Hey, can you do an exhibition? That would be great to have you ride out there." I thought about it for a minute, and I said, "Yeah, why not?" So the next day we show up, we bring all our gear out there, and everybody was really welcoming. You know, people I hadn't seen in years. It was actually really neat. And so I'm down there on the dock, Kean's getting ready, and interesting enough, I rode right after he did. So I was like, so kind of happy just to see my little guy out there just running back and forth across the lake. And he was the littlest, tiniest guy, and people were all, you know, cheering and announcing, and it was just really exciting. And then there I was on the dock once again, like I remember, you know, years ago, putting my board on, getting geared up, the boat's leaving the dock, and it just felt so familiar and awesome.
Everybody on the shore gets up and watches him ride and just shaking their heads like, this guy's still got it.
So that's kind of like when a switch inside of me kind of flipped. I went up and down the lake and I just had a great ride.
It reminded him how fun it could be, and he saw how much fun Kean was having. And so that was kind of, I think, a first thought.
You can do this, you know? Maybe you're not gonna go win or, you know, get on the podium, but that really wasn't that wasn't at the top of my list.
I think it made him realize that he still truly loved the sport.
I saw Darren doing a huge Vulcan just flying through. It's good to see him out here, man. There's been a lot of anticipation. Everyone's like, "You hear Darren's coming back," and you know, I haven't actually got to see him personally ride until today, but it's refreshing to see him back out here. How old is he now? Like 60? Not really. He's like 38, 39, 40? Going bigger than ever. I don't know how you do it. Little pit bull.
He dominated for the first 10 years of the sport.
Darren Shapiro. He's a newcomer to the sport, but he's got some outstanding flips and helicopters also.
I look at him now and I think he's mature in a way that, you can't compare him to when he was younger. And life teaches you a lot of lessons, and how you respond to them is important. But when you have a family, I think things change, and your priorities change, and having quality of life and life experiences with your wife, with your kids, becomes a bigger priority.
Do I think I'm too old?
I tell him he's going through a middle-age crisis.
I don't think Darren's too old to compete, not at all.
I have doubts all the time that this is maybe not the best idea.
I don't want him to get hurt. I'm concerned for an injury.
I don't want to get banged up to the point that I'm sacrificing being healthy to surf and mountain bike and throw my kids around.
He's a pretty good of a wakeboarder. The only thing I don't like is him hurting himself.
Well, now he's older, and truthfully, it's going to take him much longer to recoup, And I'm sure he doesn't want to ride any different or less. I'm sure he wants to give it his all.
I plan on busting out a speedball. That never really was the most difficult trick for me. I'm a little bit anxious about to see how, that can of worms opens itself back up. We are headed to Lake Ronix to try to hit some double ups and hopefully do some stuff I haven't tried in a while.
Dad, have fun. Don't hurt yourself this time, and do good.
Yeah, I thought I'd go try some speedballs yesterday, and I didn't make one, which I was kind of deflated about, but I guess you can't win them all. I'm going to get a speedball, I'm going to send it on over to you, and it's going to be for Herb O'Brien.
I don't know anybody's going to train harder than he will. His only limitation is him.
I feel like I've got a lot of different pieces of the puzzle put back together.
He just can't get enough of it. He wants to be upside down, he wants to be stronger, he wants to be fit, he wants to feel good. He doesn't want to get old.
I've been kind of overwhelmed with just emotionally being back, riding again, and people just showing up and just with open arms and think it's awesome.
Man, looks like he's still got it,
It's I just feel like I'm on a real positive kick right now, just with life in general. And the wakeboard thing is just fueling it. O'Brien is just a trailblazer, an outlier, a unique person who, without him, I don't think, I wouldn't be where I'm at, but I think the whole sport in general would have taken a huge backseat and wouldn't have had the excitement and growth that it's had without a guy like that.